global relocation company Crown Worldwide says it's on track to meet its revenue targets this year. The company was launched in the 1960s with just $1,000. This year it expects to hit its target of $730 million. Robyn Meredith has been to meet the man in charge.
The lion's share of Crown's revenue comes from moving household goods, but there's also document storage and several logistics businesses, one of which is wine storage. I asked Chairman Jim Thompson about Western collectors' complaints that mainland Chinese buyers are distorting the high-end wine market.
The wine buyers of China have really raised the prices tremendously, and particularly for Bordeaux wines, and there are certain few labels that are really doing extremely well and price-wise. It's actually disrupted the wine market for a lot of others who like those particular wines. But I kind of relate it in a way to the Japanese cycle, because they did a similar thing in the 80s, and now it's the Chinese turn to do that. There's a lot of people, they have money, and there's an attraction to wine, and so they're disrupting the wine market. But there are a lot of great wines that are not, you know, on the top famous level, that are still great and still affordable. So I think we'll be okay. We wine drinkers will be okay.
Of course, wine's just a small part of Crown Worldwide. Most of your business is moving households. What's your business looking like for this year?
We had a good year last year, better than we had expected, and in the first quarter numbers this year are well above, about 17% above last year, and our profits are doing extremely well. We don't know exactly what to attribute it to, but it does seem like the relocation market has become much more active around the world. And I think that's tied to the fact that you know, many markets are a little bit dead, like the United States, and I think they're sending people overseas, and particularly here to Asia, to you know, to stimulate their businesses and to look for new markets.
Crown's been growing fast, and I know you have a goal of reaching $1 billion in revenue by 2015. Any plans to go public?
No, we don't plan to go public. I have my own values, and the values probably wouldn't sit well with you know, public shareholders. The values are long-range planning, investments in property, and the use of capital that we think really stabilizes a private business. If we were to go public, I think there'd be huge pressure on us to, you know, increase dividends, and that's on a quarterly basis, and that hasn't been part of my psyche at this point. So I don't see any need to go public. Also, I also have the philosophy of reinvesting all the profits. Our bank credit lines have been good and getting better all the time. So we have enough money to grow to the extent that we want to grow, which is a nice pace.
Speaking of long-term planning, do you have a succession plan yet for Crown, and what is it?
Yeah, I do. As you can see, I'm you know, getting in the last quarter of my life or thereabouts, and I have a couple of children who have been in the business for a long time. But the succession plan will really call for the senior management that have been very loyal to this company for a long time to carry it forward. And I see my children being part of it. I'm not going to force them into positions they may not be ready for, but I see them being part of it, and hopefully one day, you know, taking the dream forward, and maybe the generation after that. So in a sense, it's still a family business.